how to assemble and disassemble a Daiwa Supreme Hybrid massage chair. There won't be very many of you watching this because these chairs retail for around $13,000 new, and you can't buy them used anywhere that I know of, not even on eBay, which is amazing. But if you go to a Daiwa road show, you might be able to pick one up for as low as $8,000. Like I got this one from a Sam's Club road show, and you can negotiate longer warranties because the standard warranty isn't that great. Before showing how to disassemble or reassemble, I want to show something here. When it's not disassembled and you try to move it through someplace, you're going to end up with scuffs like I have here and mars of paint on there. In order to get that off, you're going to wet a sponge, where on the package it says non-scratch sponge, and then you're going to be using some goop. You can get that at Harbor Freight. Put a little bit of goop on here with a non-scratching pad, and you're just going to rub over where the paint is, and the paint will come off. That paint is from the wall of the house because it rubbed up against the wall getting it through a door, because these chairs are generally about the same width as a door, so it's going to be an extremely tight fit unless you remove this first. But to remove this, all it is two Allen bolts like this, and the size of the wrench, well, you can pretty much tell. I think it's a standard size. Let me see what the bit says. It says it's a 3/16 right there. I used electric, but you can use manual. All right, so it was just that simple. The location where this was is there. But to get there, you might have to take the footrest off, and that requires just removing 2 pins. I'll show in just a minute. And then once you get the 2 pins off, the footrest rises up and pulls out, and you disconnect it there and there. Be careful when you pull the footrest out not to put too much tension there and there, or you could break something. So in other words, when you pull the footrest out, be careful about the length. The cord is very short. Don't just pull it out far away. Just gently pull up and try to keep it close until you get that disconnected so you don't damage the connector. Because after all, even though this is crazy expensive, it is made in China. The reason for disassembling is obviously so it fits through a door better, but you're still going to have the width here. I'm not sure this top comes off. It may, with, if you unscrew that, I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave the top on. What I'm doing is I'm returning it back to Sam's Club. It's been almost 90 days. I'm not completely happy with it because it gives me a claustrophobic feeling. It takes too long to get in and out of the chair, and it's not designed for tall people. I'm 6'4", and this airbag pushes into my chest when it's supposed to be pushing into my shoulder because it's designed for little Chinese people. All right, the footrest has 2 clips, 1 clip there and 1 clip there. The clips look like that. You just yank them out. These little metal clips, you can't hurt them. Just take some pliers, needle nose preferably, something like that, and just pull the clips out on each side. They will probably fall down to the ground. I don't think they'll get lost in anything unless you're on gravel, which you don't put these on gravel. Okay, and don't forget to unplug the power cord before you do any of this. And once the clips are pulled out, like I said, pull the whole footrest gently up and pull forward until you can reach the cord and the air valve tube. I think it just pulls out, but the cord, you have to push on the front middle part to get it to come out. And the display you want to take off and put in a protective container of some sort, preferably padded. For now I just have it in a Ziploc. If you're going to transport it, you don't want the screen on there at all. And then also remove all the covers so that it doesn't flop around and get messed up in the wind or whatever if you're putting it on a trailer like I am. So yeah, it's actually that simple. It's 4 little parts to remove, 2 Allen bolts and 2 clips, and you can get all 3 of those parts off. The footrest, it's very heavy. It's good to get that off when you're transporting. Those 2 are also a little bit heavy, so with those 3 parts off, then you have just this. I'm going to see if I can fit it in my Sprinter van so I don't have to rent a trailer to take it back. I don't know if it's going to fit in there. I might have to do some changes to the van. It's converted to a camper van. May have to remove the whole bed system to get that in there. And I'm not even sure I can lift it up on my own. Probably not. I might have to just... So what I did is I put it on these 2 rollers that I got at Northern Tool, real cheap. I think Harbor Freight sells those things too, cheaper ones. In order for me to get it in the garage from the house, because if you've ever tried to move one of these without rollers on the bottom, you're in for a surprise, because it's not going anywhere without big effort. It has built-in rollers and you have to lift it a certain way, but it's still very cumbersome and extremely difficult to do. Getting back to the side panels, when you remove the Allen bolt, the side panels just simply lift out. You just pull them out, they'll come out pretty easy. And then on the right, well, when you're sitting down, it'd be on the left side. It has 2 cables. You push in the middle to release them. And then on the right side, it just has 1 cable and 1 tube for the air. So for whatever reason you want to assemble and disassemble, keep in mind it's just 4 little dinky parts. Only 2 tools required is you just need pliers or something like needle nose, something like that, to get the footrest off. And then for the side panels you need 1 Allen wrench. That's really it. All right, here's what one side panel looks like on the inside. You can see where it connects there. There's nothing like this online that I could find. I searched pretty good. At this time, this is September 2021. Maybe in the future somebody will put something up. But for now, this is the only game in town to get intimate information on the Supreme Hybrid. Manufacturer manuals don't show any of this kind of stuff. While I'm at it, let me tell you some other things I didn't like. When the arm compression airbags, there should be a button you can push to release the air so you can get your arms out. And then when you're ready to put your arms back in, you can push the button and then it will slowly compress again. Because currently it's really difficult to get your arms in and out when the machine is running unless you hit the stop button. And by the way, I don't even recommend using the stop button, because then you have to reset all your custom settings and everything all over again. So I always just hit pause, and I use the down button, which is it's going to be that one right there. That one is, I hold that down, and then I press, when it goes all the way down, I press pause, and then I get out of the chair. And when I get back in, I hit start again, and then I'll hit that twice to go into the backrest position. This one also has a defect where once you get into the highest recline stretching position, that button quit working and it won't let me go back down. That's another reason why I'm returning it. I negotiated a free extended warranty, and I just don't want to deal with it. It's just too much trouble. I don't know how they're going to honor it. If they do, how much trouble it's going to be, if they're going to really fix it right, and how many times that's going to keep on going bad. Because this stuff's made in China. I don't trust it. I trust nothing made in China. And so I'm bringing it back. Even at great discount, it's going back. Because for $8,000, I'm looking at getting my driveway and sidewalk expanded out. It'll be even less than $8,000 to get all this brought out to the property line. That waterfront property next to me, they want $50,000 for it. I'm not paying that much because I don't really need it. Because I don't really want to build a shop over there like most people would do for their RV. I want everything right here so I can go in and out to work on it with my tools and everything without getting wet. So I'm also going to be looking at getting an awning there. So all that's going to be $8,000 for sure. Yeah, the funny thing is, the owner of this property next to me originally wanted $30,000 for it, and I told them why it's not worth that much and if they would take less, and it offended them so much that I guess out of spite or due to market conditions going up, they raised it from 30 to 50 almost instantly. And so I don't need it. It needs it needs fill dirt, as you can see right there. Their side over there is flooding. That's a drain easement, and mine is nice and built up. So I'm gonna just expand it out. It's gonna have a drop off, and nobody's gonna want to buy it when they see that this is a parking area that's right up against their property line. And I already checked and found out the city does allow me to build all the way out there as long as it isn't solid concrete. So if it's paver stones or gravel, I can go all the way to the property line, and they're not going to be happy about that because they're not going to be able to resell it as easy. But I'm not doing it out of spite. I'm doing it because I want to use this space to park here mainly. In secondary, it is kind of funny that there's nothing they can do about it next door. If they would have cooperated with me, I might not do it if it bothers them. But I sent them a letter asking them to communicate with me, and they refused to. And so the hell with them. I'll just do what I want as long as it's within city code. All right, so the massage chair has been really beneficial at first to get all loosened up, but it's time for her to go back. This is a rare color, so this was a special order color. They shipped it from California to here, and I hate that it used so many resources of diesel truck fuel to truck it over here, but I didn't know they were going to do that until it was already on the way here. And because it's a special order color, so I'm sure they might be happy to get this back because they're so rare in this color, and the other ones are really, really dark color or weird color, so they should have no trouble reselling it because it's in good condition. Oh, some compliments. It is powerful. The Supreme Hybrid is extremely powerful. I had it, I'm a pretty tough guy, and I had it on its maximum pressure setting, and it was getting to the point where I was starting to hurt, and I had to kind of move my body up a little bit so the rollers don't hit me. And that's without the padding, so it comes with a lot of padding. So I tried it without padding at maximum force, and it is brutal. It'll loosen whatever you need loosened up in your back. This thing will definitely do it. I don't think there's anybody tough enough to withstand this bear without padding at maximum pressure for too long without it to start hurting, which is a kind of good kind of pain. It means this thing's really working hard. The foot rollers are actually, at first they were too much for me to handle. It took me almost the whole 90 days of the return policy to get used to those aggressive foot rollers. And one thing I didn't like about the foot roller, the foot area, is on the heel, it's hard plastic on the back, and I kept on having to scoop my feet forward to keep my heel from hitting that hard plastic on the back. And so that's room for improvement there. All right, it's been 15 minutes. I hope this helps. Glad I was able to show you how to do it at the beginning of the video before I started wasting your time on personal stuff. And look forward to seeing what you have to say in comments.